Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a topic that's, well, it's rapidly changing how we play, how we watch, maybe even how we experience reality itself. We're talking about the metaverse's impact on sports and gaming.
Yeah, it's a huge topic.
We've got some really insightful sources to explore, including analysis from Bernard Marr on how the metaverse is revolutionizing sports, and also a piece from SDLC Corp detailing, the immersive power of VR in metaverse games.
Both great perspectives.
So our mission for this deep dive is really to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge, maybe some surprising facts about how these cutting-edge technologies are reshaping how we engage with athletics and these digital worlds. Okay, let's unpack this. I guess the big question is the metaverse making sports and gaming more real? Or is it creating something completely new, like a hybrid reality?
That's a great way to frame it. One of the most striking things, I think, is how Web 3.0, this latest phase, often called the decentralized internet, built on things like blockchain, is fundamentally changing sports. It's really all about creating much more exciting, much more immersive environments and experiences using, well, augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR.
So it's not just about watching anymore.
Exactly. It's moving towards a new level of participation, not just consumption.
And this isn't just theory, right? We're seeing actual examples popping up. I mean, beyond the buzzwords, what's something tangible we can point to right now in sports?
You're right, we need the tangible stuff. Okay, take H8OPay. Heard of that?
H-A-Do, vaguely. Tell me more.
So this isn't just another video game. It's billed as a new esport. It offers this really immersive dodgeball experience. Players wear an AR headset and a connected bracelet, sort of, to shoot these virtual energy balls and activate virtual shields.
So you're physically dodging things.
Physically moving, yes. And HA arenas are actually open worldwide. So this mixed reality game is well, a concrete example of a new kind of physical activity merging digital and real. It kind of blurs those traditional sports categories.
Wow.
It shows the metaverse isn't just for sitting on the couch. It's for active physical play, too.
That's fascinating. A truly blended experience then. And, it makes me wonder, how is AR changing how we watch sports? Even just passively. I feel like it's been creeping in for a while.
It definitely has, sometimes subtly.
Yeah.
American television broadcasters, for example, they've used AR for years to show that digital yellow line, the first down marker in football.
The yellow line.
Makes it easier for fans to follow along. But what's really exciting now is how that digital precision is evolving. Take Wimbledon's Hawkeye technology.
Ah, for the line calls.
Well, yes, but it's more than that. It's a network of 10 cameras capturing, I think, 60 high-res images per second. A computer calculates the flight path for every single shot. But here's the really interesting part, the deeper insight maybe.
Yeah.
Wimbledon is apparently exploring recreating its entire experience inside metaverse game environments, like Fortnite or Roblox.
Wait, recreating Wimbledon in Fortnite?
Potentially, yeah. Taking that digital replication of reality and letting fans step into a truly interactive virtual version of the tournament.
So we're moving from just seeing digital overlays on TV to actually stepping into a virtual stadium. That's a huge leap in engagement, isn't
It
it?
absolutely is, which, raises the question, how does this really translate into a truly immersive experience?
Yeah.
For fans and for the athletes themselves, well, for fans, look in Sky Immersive. They're already recording loads of soccer games with 360-degree cameras.
360 degrees, okay.
And this fall, apparently, the VR Premier League is set to kick off. It'll let viewers watch selected matches live, but inside Sky's virtual stadium. The idea is it feels like you're right there, on the pitch with the players, and you can even share it with friends, meet up in that virtual space.
Imagine choosing your own camera angle. The source mentioned that, right? In the metaverse, with all these cameras and AI, you could basically project yourself anywhere, like right on the 50-yard line for football or behind the goalposts, anywhere you want.
Exactly. That kind of personal control over the view,
Yeah,
that's something else. It massively enhances engagement.
it really does.
And it's not just for the spectators. We're seeing more and more VR being used in athlete training, really pushing the boundaries of prep.
Like how?
Formula One drivers, for instance. They can put on VR goggles and basically recreate the experience of driving an upcoming track. They can memorize the course, every corner, in virtual reality before they even get there.
Wow, that's like mental muscle memory.
Sort of, yeah, for the eyes and the mind. And get this, there are even Formula E ghost races.
Ghost races?
Yeah, where you, from your living room, can use VR to race against the actual telemetry data of real drivers in real races.
No way! That's incredible. Racing a pro driver's ghost lap.
It's a fantastic blend of, professional performance and consumer entertainment.
That VR training for F1, imagining that level of detail, it must be, like you said, muscle memory for the eyes. I remember trying a basic racing sim years ago, crashed
Hmm.
immediately. This is,
Yeah.
yeah, a whole other level of precision. It seems like this push towards immersion is even stronger in gaming itself, maybe. How does VR specifically amplify that in the gaming metaverse?
Oh, absolutely. Gaming has always been on the bleeding edge of trying to pull you in. And VR really is the gateway to much deeper levels of immersion in the metaverse. It doesn't just show you a 360-degree view. It offers sensory feedback.
Yeah.
It lets players genuinely step into the game world. It blurs those lines between physical and virtual.
So you're not just controlling a character anymore.
Exactly. VR makes you feel like you are the character. You're embodied inside the game.
So it's not just seeing the game, it's about being in it, feeling it.
Precisely. That immersion is really what sets VR metaverse games apart.
Mm.
Players aren't just observers, right?
Yeah.
They're participants, often with full body tracking.
So it tracks your whole body movement.
Yeah, and voice interaction, haptic feedback, that's the sense of touch you get from controllers or maybe even special suits.
Right, like vibrations or resistance.
Exactly. All that drastically increases your sense of presence. You can, reach out and touch things, move around, interact with virtual objects and environments in real time. It makes every experience feel unique, personal.
It's not just playing a game, it's like experiencing a different reality.
That's the idea.
And it sounds like it's only going to get more immersive from here. What are developers looking at next to deepen that sense of presence even further?
Well, they're definitely pushing the boundaries. Things like eye tracking are becoming more common.
So the game knows where you're looking.
Yes, and can react to it. Spatial audio is another big one, making sounds feel like they're truly coming from specific directions around you. And then there's the really cutting-edge stuff like brain-computer interfaces, BCIs.
Brain-computer interfaces, wow.
Yeah, the goal there, eventually, is maybe to detect a player's emotions, their emotional state, and have the game adapt in real time. Imagine a horror game getting scarier if it senses you're feeling brave, or maybe offering help if it senses frustration.
That's mind-blowing. And it sounds like it would have huge implications for social interaction, too. Beyond just you in the game, how does VR change how people interact with each other in the metaverse?
Well, it's a total game changer for social stuff.
Yeah.
Metaverse games, they host these large-scale multiplayer interactions, right, in shared, persistent virtual spaces. VR takes that and dials it up. It lets players represent themselves physically with avatars that can actually mirror their real-world movements and gestures.
So your avatar moves like you do.
To a degree, yes. It means you can walk up to someone, maybe shake their virtual hand, hang out, do activities together, or even, battle in virtual arenas, all in real time in this shared digital environment.
So body language becomes part of the game.
Exactly. Body language, movement, your actual voice, they become key components. It adds layers of, strategy, but also empathy, realism to multiplayer games that you just don't get looking at a flat screen.
That level of physical representation, it sounds amazing for connecting with people, but I wonder, does it also bring up new challenges like digital identity, maybe digital etiquette, safety in these shared spaces?
That's a really critical point, yeah. As these spaces feel more real, making sure interactions are positive and safe is, it's paramount.
Yeah, absolutely.
And beyond just player interaction, the world itself is key. World building. Developers are creating these massive, incredibly detailed, visually stunning environments. And the immersion extends to how you can actually influence that game world, maybe by building things, interacting with non-playable characters, the NPCs, or even shaping the overall story.
So your choices matter more.
Potentially, yes. Especially with AI-driven environments that can adapt to your choices, making sure decisions have, a lasting impact.
It sounds like these worlds aren't just copying reality, they're creating whole new economic systems almost. You mentioned blockchain earlier, the integration of NFTs, for example. That seems like more than just digital collectibles.
Oh, absolutely. NFTs, non-fungible tokens, they're playing a really significant role, and it's growing. By integrating blockchain technology, that distributed ledger system providing transparency and immutability with VR, developers enable true ownership of in-game assets.
True ownership, meaning?
Meaning you, the player, actually own that unique sword or that custom avatar or even that plot of virtual land within the metaverse. It exists as an NFT on the blockchain. This verifies its rarity, its value, and that ownership is preserved. It's not just a line of code on the developer's server that they control.
Okay, see.
And this creates these decentralized game economies. You can potentially monetize your in-game activities, earn things, craft things, sell them. These items can hold real-world value, theoretically, and be traded across different platforms. It shifts power, potentially, from the developers to the players.
That's a fundamental shift. Okay, this all sounds like a massive leap forward, truly transformative. But, with tech this groundbreaking, there've got to be hurdles, right? What are the big challenges for developers and for us as users?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, despite the huge potential, VR in the metaverse faces some significant hurdles. Motion sickness is still a common issue for a lot of players.
Ah, the disconnect between what you see and what your body feels.
Exactly. That dissonance between real-world movement, or lack thereof, and virtual perception. Hardware is another one.
Expensive headsets.
Yeah, the high cost of good equipment still limits accessibility for a lot of people. And then, of course, just the sheer cost and complexity of developing these incredibly immersive experiences is really high.
So it's tough to make and tough to buy into for some.
Right. But the good news is, developers are actively working on all this. Better design principles to reduce motion sickness, optimizations, creating more lightweight, more cost-effective hardware solutions. Progress is being made.
So as the tech gets better and hopefully cheaper and easier to use, we'll likely see adoption grow even more. What does the horizon look like? Where's this heading?
Precisely. The future for VR and metaverse games looks incredibly promising. As the hardware keeps evolving, lighter headsets, better resolution, wider field of view, and development techniques get more sophisticated, we're just going to see even greater levels of immersion and interaction. Emerging tech like AI will keep pushing personalization, tailoring environments, challenges, stories to your individual preferences, making these virtual worlds feel much more dynamic, more responsive to you.
So a world that reacts to me specifically.
That's the vision. And, linking back to what we discussed, developments in blockchain will continue to shape how you interact with those in-game economies. Owning assets via NFTs. It gives you more control over your virtual identity, your digital property, and crucially, the ability, potentially, to carry those assets across different platforms, different games, within the broader metaverse, creating a more interconnected digital life, if you will. So yeah, we've really seen today how the metaverse, powered by AR and VR, is fundamentally reshaping both sports and gaming. It's offering these truly immersive experiences we could only dream of before, from watching a live game feeling like you're on the pitch, to racing that Formula E ghost car from your living room, or even owning and trading digital land within a game world.
Yeah.
The lines between our physical and virtual realities, they're blurring incredibly fast.
This really has been a deep dive, and it leaves me, and hopefully you listening, with a big question to chew on. As these technologies keep advancing, as our engagement with sports and games gets more digital, more immersive, how might our very definition of what counts as real competition or real ownership or even real social interaction, how might that definition evolve?